For most of my life, I've always had a passion for adrenaline. While most kids spent their time playing traditional sports like soccer and baseball, I would always be trying to find something to mountain bike off of or a new flip to try on skis. The cool thing is, my dad and I are basically the exact same. We both love the outdoors. We love going skateboarding, and we love spending time at the beach with our family. But we especially love the mountains and feeling the rush of skiing. I remember our trip to Utah so vividly just a few years ago. My dad would film me dropping a cliff into powder and me falling face first, rolling down the hill. We would laugh about it all the way down to the bottom. That night we would get pizza, and he would even give me a sip of his beer, which I thought was pretty cool as a sixth grader. And he would tell me how proud he was of me and how much he loved our family. Sadly, after this trip is when things really started to spiral downwards. My parents did nothing but argue for most of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Got to a point to where we were spending the majority of our nights at our aunt's and uncle's house, just 15 minutes away. My parents got separated at the end of my 8th grade year. Life went from simple to complicated in only a matter of weeks, as it became harder and harder to see my dad just once or twice a week. That summer, my parents told us that they were going to be getting divorced. 2 weeks later, my dad sat my brother and I down, telling us that he was going to be taking a job in Connecticut, more than 3 hours away. I knew that with this, not only was I going to be able to see my dad, but I also wasn't going to be able to do the same kind of stuff I loved to do ever since I was a little kid. It was really hard to deal with for about the first year that my parents were divorced. Not being able to do the same kind of physical activities I had loved with my dad was something that was really hard for me to overcome. But in time, things got better. My dad and I went surfing for the first time in over 5 years last summer. The feeling of catching a wave and seeing my dad smile at me was something like no other. Life finally felt somewhat normal again. And even though he wasn't always there, I knew there will be a time where we can do the same kind of stuff together and life will be somewhat normal again.